Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Come on, come on, come on. How you want it, cognac or Patron? Brunch with the boys, we gon' give you what you want. And what you don't know, we about to put you on. Yes, we are the trending topic. Free relationship profits. Brunch with the boys, we the highest. Brunch with the boys, we the highest.
What's going on? It's your boy King Des here. Another episode of Brunch with the Boys. I'm feeling amazing this evening. How you feeling, gentlemen?
Jeezy, and you know I'm always on point, man. Always.
All right.
A lot of energy there.
Yeah. Energetic today, man.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's Mr. Gent out here. And quick shout out to Deja Neats Cafe and Creamery.
Creamery, okay.
Yeah, it's a creamery too.
Yeah.
And you know, pause, double pause.
Don't pause. Keep going.
Yeah, that's fair.
Quick statement. I hate that. Do you like when a pussy get creamy like that?
Oh, that's a hell of a transition.
There's always different visuals of the cum. You know,
I prefer just to be traditionally wet. Yeah. You know, the cream is cool, but it's about
you know what I'm talking about when it looks like a yeast infection on.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go back.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to
we talking about vegan food. So
no,
we're in the same
that is
subject.
No, that is not the same subject. This vegan food actually tastes fucking great.
Okay.
It is number one. The chefs are Jamaican, so big ups instantaneously. Mm-hmm. All the food, like of course no meat, but it all tastes like real meat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Legit. It's in Eatonville, Florida. If you ain't never checked it out, for sure. But
that's
on point.
Historical city too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Google it, folks. Google this. It's has a long history.
Yeah.
For sure. What we getting into tonight?
So you didn't you say you got something for us?
Yes. So I did have one of the brunchies reach out, and you know, you all have an option to do this. You know, hit us on any one of our platforms and send us a question or send us a story or a letter. And it's just, you know, it's like a little Ask the Chef segment.
What they talking about? I want to hear it.
Yeah, so she's just asking, is it required for a girl to inform a man that she is talking to or dating that she had work done? A male friend of hers said that he would break up with her if she didn't disclose to him that she's had work done. It doesn't matter how big or small of a job she had done. He wants to know so that he can make a decision from there and continue the decision on seeing her going forward.
He's a weird ass nigga for me already, but it does depend on what kind of work. And I guess they do get a lot of different things done. So I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but if we're for the sake of the normal, the typical things, nose jobs, breast augmentation, how did you not know?
I want to know.
How did you not know the titties was fake, though?
I want to know.
If you were already intimate.
Yeah, but we ain't just talking about titties. I think that's the most obvious answer. But here's the thing.
Nose.
God, absolutely.
I knew you'd want to know.
But listen.
Oh, the nose?
Think about the kids,
let me tell you.
Future kids, why your kid got a witch nose?
Listen, you laughing, but I'm dead serious. 'Cause let me tell you why. People choose people based on how they look. Anybody tell you don't matter to them, you're fucking lying. Because there will be a nigga you won't date or woman you won't date because of the way they look.
It goes both ways.
Looks matters to some extent. Maybe just more to some people, but it matters to everyone. So when you're looking at a person, like when I was looking at people, there were tons of, and Gent knows this because we went to school together. There were girls that I thought were pretty, but I was like, I'll never have a kid with them because I can see how they're built.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
you
don't
made
want
assessments very quickly.
Yeah, and I don't want to pass that forward.
Yeah.
So
But like a tummy tuck, would you care if your girl had lipo?
Yeah,
but
you got to know this because you got to know if you marrying a woman that's gonna still be relatively slim in her 40s and 50s.
Oh, you're thinking about the future.
Or if she was fat at 30 and now she's skinny at 31.
Yeah.
You need to know that.
Yeah.
Don't you?
No, that'd be.
You worried about the kid's cholesterol
don't do that.
this far in advance?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I see what he was doing.
Well, you know,
it's
we
unnecessary.
That was a real question.
We as a people. But no, I think you're right. I think you do want to know. I don't know how that doesn't come up. So if she doesn't tell you, she's being intentionally deceitful.
Like super upfront, let's say first 3 dates, I got to, I'm a woman, I got to tell them, hey, listen.
No, not that early. Once
listen,
you're about
Charles.
to give them the pussy, once you know you're going to be intimate,
You
you
see
got
that
to
long
keep it real.
cut from side to side where they had to pull it
you
up.
don't
and
want that
tuck it
surprise.
away?
See, now that's the
don't
only
want
thing
that
I need.
surprise.
I need to know whether you were a man. That's it. All the rest of that shit I could work through with my therapist.
You know
but everything else, though, I got to know.
You know what they say now? They say if you can't tell, did it matter?
Dang.
No, it still matters.
Does matter to me.
Oh no, it absolutely matters. What I'm saying, that's the question they're asking now.
Yeah.
If you got to ask them if they used to be,
No.
Yeah, that means I made a bad decision on the front
I
end.
will. Whatever it is, what type of work that you got done, keep it real with him. If you really want him in your life, and if you got like a sex change, maybe keep that to yourself.
honesty is the best policy.
No, facts. It
It
is.
is. That's it. That's a simple question.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Just
Keep
be
it real.
straight up. Just be straight up with him. That's it.
He ain't vain for it. He just wants to know the truth.
Yeah, and if he leaves you, it was never meant
It
to
was
be
never
anyway.
meant to be.
Yeah, because there's gonna be someone who doesn't care.
Facts.
Yeah, for real.
All right.
All right. So tonight, I just want to start off by telling a story a little bit. Like, I just remember being in college and I was dealing with multiple women.
Mm-hmm.
And I had options. And you treat them, you treat them fairly, right? You keep it real with them. There's no commitment. There's nothing out of the ordinary that you're going to do. Then I remember meeting one girl and I was like, damn, there's something inexplicable that draws me to her, that makes me want to do different, that makes me want to focus on school and, hell, get her into school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know what
try,
you're talking
try to
about.
try to better.
We all do.
No. I mean, just keep it real. We're talking about
Yeah.
past experiences.
Yeah.
That makes you want to better your future and hers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes you want to choose her. So tonight we want to talk about what makes a man choose you. I've had friends all the time say, "Man, I break up with a guy, and 6 months later he's married with a pregnant wife." Like, what?
And it always hurts
why
him
her
so
and
horribly
not,
too.
And I mean, come on, why her and not me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we want to talk about the factors and the things that make a man choose one woman over the other.
True.
It's tough out here, ladies. And I just want to say off rip, getting a man to sleep with you is not the same as getting a man to cater to your emotions, to take care of your emotions,
To claim you.
yeah, to claim you.
Yeah, be with
You
you
know
for
what I
more
mean?
than 6 months.
So,
Yeah.
and I mean to stick around after, the pussy. You know what I mean? And if he's leaving immediately, just so we're clear, that man is really not after you. You're not the one for him. So
Say that one more time. If he leaves, what immediately after he busts,
yeah, as soon as he busts, he done.
he might have plans, my guy.
No, and I'm not saying that.
You mean on the one-off?
No.
You talking about on a one-off?
I'm talking about on a regularity. He's never kicked it with her after he hit it. It's always I hit it and I'm gone.
So
Come on, bro.
Don't do this, D.
Don't do that,
What?
bro.
I know
I'm
you.
gonna say this.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead, lie.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen, I ain't got to lie because it don't vibe with what you saying. Here's the thing. I think some people don't like doing that, right? Like when you're in a committed relationship with somebody or you live with them, I think that's a bit different. But if you got some girl you're talking to or some man you're talking to and y'all had a good night, y'all fuck, you wake up in the morning and y'all fuck again, he's like, I'm out. I don't think that
Oh,
means-
no. You misunderstood then. That's perfectly fine. He kicked it. He stayed the night. If a
was
nigga
sleeping.
hit you, he come through and it's 10:30, 11, he hit you and he leave at 12:08, that nigga don't want to be around you. And I don't know how you could argue that.
What if he got to work in the morning?
And again, if these are anomalies every once in a while.
he
but
work-
with
he work every Sunday
consistency,
morning.
Every Sunday
And
morning.
he beat the brakes off every Saturday night.
I'm just saying, so what about the other nights, bro? You gonna really argue for this man to the end, huh? He just
What's his name, D?
Huh?
What's his name?
Dexter.
lying ass Dex.
I got you, Dex.
Dex got hoes, man. I ain't mad at you, Dex.
Working hard for the family.
But no, though, things that makes a man want to change, bettering his career, being more emotionally secure for you, remaining faithful. What makes a man say, hey, man, look, I was cheating on all of them, but for you, I just want you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That does take a
And
special person.
And that does happen. Men do choose. Just they always say once a cheater, always a cheater, and a nigga never can change. But
That's
you'd
not
be
facts.
surprised that when the man finds the right situation, the right opportunity, when everything falls in line, the woman's values, the way she moves, the way she fucks, the way she embraces her family, and we're gonna go over a bunch of these things now. That will alter his perception. Like, man,
You might halt it
Yeah, I
or
see that
put it
bad
on
hoe.
an extreme slow mo.
man.
Because I'm just saying, there's still people out there like that.
I'm just saying he could eliminate it.
Yeah.
Though. You know what I mean?
Nah, respect.
And it's possible.
All right.
Word.
All right. So I found some interesting articles, right? One was thoughts a man has before he finds or thinks he finds the right one. And one of the first things that came up was he resists the feeling itself.
The feeling of what?
Yeah, like
I know what you're talking
of
about.
embracing, like having someone. Like, you ever met someone that's like, man,
I don't want to feel
I don't
these
like the way I'm
feelings for
feeling
this
all
person.
soft for her and
yeah.
shit. Like, what's going on? You
And
been
then you
had
start to
hoes.
push them away a little
Yeah.
bit because you know this is not what you came here for. You know what I'm saying?
It just caught you off guard.
Yeah.
What type of hurt nigga is that? I suppose, and maybe I'll let y'all speak on that. I've never felt that way in my life. I feel like if you find somebody that really is giving you all of what you need or a lot of what you need, and you enjoy being around them, and you're feeling this a certain way about some person, I've never been like, no, not me. I don't want it right now. I'm like, oh man, this is a dope opportunity. Let's see where it goes.
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
All right, so let's say been married or been in a relationship for 10 years, whatever the case may be. Just get out of the relationship, freaking go on a date or meet someone out in the streets, and then we kick it one time, a few times, and I'm starting to feel like, God dang,
Good example.
this is overwhelming tsunami of
Because
vibes
it's too
right
soon.
here, and
It's
and
too
I'm like,
soon.
no, I need some time to heal. I needed some time to for some self love. I need some time to make sure I'm not rushing in and doing wrong by any other individuals that's gonna subsequently come behind her. What's your
Listen.
thoughts?
Why you dating? If you don't got your shit together and you still mentally trying to figure out or emotionally trying to figure out where you are, then you're right. You did waste her fucking time and you shouldn't be in the dating pool. So that's my answer to that. The bottom line is this. No, the bottom line is this. In a married in a long-term relationship, out of a relationship, I think there's a difference. I'm not saying I would immediately go out and start looking for long-term relationships. I'm going to go out. I'm not going to fucking date anyone until I'm ready, because I know dating a fucking woman, particularly as an adult male with his shit together, takes time and commitment. So I'm not even entering to that endeavor unless I know I have the time and energy
And
to
I
commit
agree
to
with
that.
you.
But
If you're just kicking it and then all of a sudden, how many times you just kick it even and on some friend shit, and then all of a sudden, the vibe changes and you're just like, dang, it just, things morph.
I mean, and we won't dwell on this, but I just don't see a negative in that.
Gotcha.
Like, you basically what y'all telling me is you find this person that's so dope that she's emoting these feelings in you that are ones that maybe you don't want to experience right now, but you're not saying that they're negative feelings. So
No.
if somebody is so dope that they're emoting these awesome feelings within you, I just never been in a position where I would fight that.
And I don't think I was speaking on it from a place of being hurt. I think I was coming from a more of a mindset like, man, I have a lot of options, and now this is kind of like making me want to end those other options. So it's like a feeling like I'm resisting it in that regard because it's just different, and everyone's not so ready to jump in a relationship, not because they're not necessarily ready for one, but because they've been enjoying the lifestyle they've been living.
So you got to, so as a person and to yourself and to others, you have to be honest about what
Facts.
the fuck you're doing.
Facts.
Are you dating to find a motherfucker that gives you everything you want and causes those feelings in you to erupt? Or are you looking for niggas to fuck? And if you're looking for people to fuck, then you shouldn't be chilling. You should be straight up and you should be like, I think you fine. I'm trying to give you this dick and that's it. We ain't chilling. We ain't going to be friends and none of that. So I think, that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. Do you think cutting off, on another note, just come to thought, cutting off your other hoes is something that you do easily when you find the right one? Do you feel like it's a struggle to,
It's a
especially
struggle.
when you're,
Yeah, I was about to say, I was going to keep it real.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Because
It's all the transition.
all of those people, because here's the thing. People are so complex, and I hate that thing where, like, there's, like, one person for me in this world. No, there's not. There's thousands, right? You just happen to live in fucking Pasadena, California, and coincidentally, that's where you found a nigga you married.
you
right?
would
Like,
love a nigga in New York.
right,
now if you met
or
him.
Zimbabwe, or Europe, or somewhere.
Damn, Zimbabwe.
So my point is this: like, there's tons of people for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can find a person that gives you 7 or 8 out of the 10 things you need, but you got a couple that you were dating, and each of them give you 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're shitty
And you
people.
enjoyed those, what they were
Correct.
giving.
They
Yeah.
just don't give you more than this person gives you across the board. And so, they can still be people you want in your life, but you got to ascertain whether or not you can still have them in your life and be true to the person that gives you the most,
It's you said the transition.
Mm-hmm.
You both work in HR, transitioning someone out of their role that they've had for so long. You get what I'm saying? It's a difficult task.
It's a hard conversation in corporate America,
Yeah.
right?
That shit ain't hard for me.
I know it's
No,
not
I know-
hard
I-
for
I
you
know
to
it
have
wouldn't
the
be for you.
conversation, but imagine the other individual across the table from you. Their life is they feeling like their life is being destroyed.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
Dez focuses more on
You a
securing his
silent
life.
killer.
No,
Yeah,
it's- but in a way though,
selfish ass.
he's right though. His future is dependent on doing this.
Yeah, it is.
So it makes it easy then. A lion kills. He got to eat.
But
Yeah,
it's. I mean, for some people, that's not for me. I understand your point. I think for a lot of people, it is not for me because I got other skills. You know what I mean? So, but my point is this: if I'm firing somebody, here's the thing: folks that come to work, and this is a super tangent, so we'll get back. But folks that come to work and do everything that they're supposed to do, usually don't get fired. Right? If there's a layoff or there's a reduction or riff or something like that, and you're getting a package or something, yeah, that sucks. And those are more difficult than terminations. 99% of the time, if I'm terminating somebody,
yeah, they
they
deserve
should be
it. Yeah,
terminated. You know
I
what
get
mean?
that part.
So yeah, like I've never been terminated because I don't do dumb shit at work.
So maybe this is not the perfect analogy because there could be someone who is doing the job just perfect, and there could be someone who just came in top talent, and
but
highly
C-
sought after.
Technology is actually
players,
good though.
C players exist, and C players in the workforce in corporate America and in dating and relationships.
I was about to say
there are people.
relationships too.
There are people that do just well enough at everything for you
Yep.
not to kick their ass to the curb.
Yep.
And then there's motherfuckers that do so much you don't want to spend any free time without them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that is the distinction that makes a man choose because that last girl, no, you were cool. You know, you cooked, you had a nice little vibe, you know what I mean? But what you bring was on a lower level than what she brings. You know what I mean? With this one, and it didn't take long to see it because I firmly believe men, we are more decisive buyers. When your woman goes to the mall, she sees something, I don't know, she wants to check 3 or 4 locations just to see. A man, you see it, you're like, no, I like that. That's it. For me. We out of there in 5-10 minutes.
We're
you know what I'm
constituted
saying?
as laser shoppers.
So
Yeah, we
I
go
think
right
that
for
applies
what
in
it is, yeah.
relationships as well. I think we know when we found something right, and when we do, we just go for it.
For sure.
Word.
Do you ever think that finding that right woman provides any fear to you? Do you think any fear comes behind that, or is just oh no, it's all good?
I think it's all good. I think D made the right point. If you're in a place where you're receptive of it and you're ready to receive all that, then shit, you an open vessel. You know what I'm saying? Fill me up. You know what I'm saying? But shit.
I don't know.
Pause. Don't pause.
For real.
But then
You can't be.
no. I said pause.
Okay,
Don't
I mean,
pause.
I guess you can,
Before
but-
I didn't.
That's
You know.
why that bomb.
It was the exuberance. Like, fill me up, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like, oh.
a lot of exclamation marks
It
at the
sounds
end
like
of it.
you
Yeah,
said
you're
that
right. You're
before,
right.
you
No, I
know.
didn't say it. I've never. I don't know. Who knows? But the point of the matter is, you got to be in a position to want to receive it. If you're not, then yeah.
You know what I think, Des? I want to ask you this: do you think not wanting to change anything about her says a lot to you?
No doubt.
Oh yeah, that's
No doubt.
That's straight.
No doubt. Yeah. Like, because I think everybody, men and women, have dated people. You're like, man, this motherfucker was this.
Is-
And this
in
motherfucker
that
was
way,
just
yeah,
that.
in this way or
right,
that
right.
way,
And they
yeah.
did a couple things differently, they'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So when you find somebody where you like, nah, she good just the way she
Yeah.
is. Yo, that's special.
And what about even the flaws that you find though? I find,
Endearing.
man,
Cute.
and you know when I say you found the right one, when her flaws
Are perfect.
are opposite of your strengths. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's it. That's the yin to the
it's
yang.
like, oh man, you struggle with, oh, you can't cook, man. I'm an excellent cook, and I love to do that shit. Like, whatever those flaws may be, your strength balances out in such a ways that what was a flaw really isn't.
You know what I've noticed too is that for couples that have been married a very long time, you tend to find a yin and yang to their relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you tend to find, like, I talk about my parents' show. My mom she's a bunch of things, and I swear on, like, of the 50 things or the 10 things that make a good relationship, out of 8 things, her and my dad are complete fucking opposites.
Yeah.
Right? Like, my mom's a firecracker. She got energy. She got fire. She about that life.
Yeah.
And my dad is so laid back and chill. Like if my dad's mad, like, you really did some foul shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so to see that balance, I've noticed that in relationships that last a very long time. Quite the contrary. You know what's interesting for me is I have an A-type personality, and what's called. But listen, you stupid. but what's caused me like issues in my past is I like women with A-type personalities.
Yeah.
You can't have fire and fire like that because guess what they make?
Yeah, fireworks. and that's been the thing. It's so crazy to me because I don't like demure, timid women that just give into everything that I say. Yeah. I want you
whatever you want.
I want you to have an opinion.
I'm turned off by that as well.
And listen, even if she still goes with my things, I would like to hear what she thinks about things, right? You know
Of course, everyone should have an opinion.
I don't want to fuck a. I don't want to fuck a sex doll. You know what I'm saying? I want a person. So
they make them real these days.
Right.
Heard,
I'm sure you know.
No, my friend told me.
I know he did.
You heard.
I know. What's his name?
It's always a friend.
What's
Charles.
his name?
Now I know. I can assure you, Brungy's there. He has no friend named Charles. Go ahead. Dan.
Not at all. We are his friends. But listen. The interesting thing is, I had a buddy tell me. He said, "It's because," he says, "I think you like trying to tame
a stallion."
stallion.
Oh,
you don't.
You one of them horse
You
wranglers?
don't want a horse that's already broke.
okay.
You want to tame the stallion.
You want to break the horse
Yeah.
yourself.
And I was like, I don't
It'll
think
mean
that's
more
what
to
it.
you.
Maybe subconsciously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
It
It's
makes
just
sense.
very.
He's the type of nigga that's cried at the movie Spirit. You know what I'm saying? You really like that.
You never seen me cry.
That's true though.
How important is it to you, Gent, to be able to tell her everything and not feel judged? You like a lot of anal play.
I like a lot of plays in general.
No, but the ass shit that could scare a lot of people away.
Yeah.
So to be able to
Some girls don't want you to put.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And you've said this, Gent. Every girl hasn't. You haven't been lucky, and you just been running into ass fuckers. No, you've been meeting some girls that's like, damn, I ain't really been with that.
Yeah, we've had to have a transition plan.
Transition. That's the word for the day.
That's the word for the day. No.
So how important is it to be able to tell her anything?
I think it's important on the merit of trying to be best friends, because I noticed based off of my last marriage, like at the end of the day, the one thing I didn't have was the best friend. Like, so then you start separating so far apart, you don't want to go nowhere with them. You're not spending enough time talking to them. So everything is just separated, and in that separation came distance. If I can get someone where I can tell them everything and shoot the shit with them and want to bring them everywhere and do everything with them, guess what? I'm not going to have that separation. It's going to be a tighter relationship. So I do feel deeply about that shit, for real.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I learned.
What about you, Des? Being able to open up and tell everything and not be judged. Think about your porn likes. You got some weird porn shit too. Do you even share that?
What?
He never shares it.
You seem like you keep your porn fetishes to yourself.
Yeah, he never shares it.
You a creep,
Man.
Those are the worst kinds. You can't trust those motherfuckers.
Y'all are so strange. Leave those little women to themselves. Okay. So
Something I've never Googled, but
you've never Googled midget porn?
nah. It's,
Really? You ever seen an ass on a midget?
Yeah.
No, dead ass. Look, we gonna joke. Like,
No, dead ass.
Everybody knows
looks
midgets
like
got
she be
fat
all
asses.
ass.
Yeah, everybody know midgets got fat
Yeah,
asses.
it's been like in the bottom scrolling, but I never searched that video. You know when they throw in those suggestions.
There's some ratchet ones out there. Go and click on
A
it.
ratchet?
Do yourself a favor and click on one.
I don't know.
Click
We'll
on
see.
your one.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
One Friday afternoon. Don't not your night stash. Friday
That'll
afternoon.
ruin my Friday night.
Yeah,
Right?
just Friday afternoon. Because if it don't work out how you thought it would, you got
You
the rest
still
of the
got the
day.
rest of the night. Boy, you
Word.
ain't shit.
Word.
We do not put this much thought into this. I just want y'all to know he's talking shit. I don't know if any man put that much thought into
Do
it.
I feel like I should be able to? I would like to think that. I think it's we talked about this before on the podcast, but I think women want to appear welcoming to those emotions and all the things that a man's feeling, but I don't think they actually want to know. And I don't know if it's conscious or subconscious, because I think women, when they have a man that they really kind of put on a pedestal, want to see that man as unwavering, right? As strong in the face of stress and turmoil. And so she'll make sure she appears open, but I don't know that she really wants to know.
That's an interesting point, because
everybody's
I've
problems.
been
around some
I was
people like
thinking
that too.
about that myself, and I said, it's funny how they want that, and if you give that to them, they take that as a sign of, man, he really loves me. But I think another part to them is like, this bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And that they look at you a little differently and maybe, hold it against you.
Yeah, that's why I notice in the women that I've dated, the ones that are more like a dude in a mentality standpoint,
They're better for you.
they just work out better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. My pastors taught me that too, though. The ones that think like a man.
Your pastor taught you that?
No, though, in my past.
Oh,
My
okay.
pastor.
I said I need to go to that church.
No. I don't know if my pastor know anything about the game. I think he got married at 18, been married ever since.
About 50 years now.
Yeah,
huh?
he about 70 something. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have a choice. But I want to talk about some of the signs, because every man you meet, you know, ladies, he's not going to necessarily be ready for this change. You know what I mean? Sometimes a man sees the potential in you. He wants to jump at the opportunity that is you, but he's not ready yet. So we want to help you look out for the signs of those men that, hey, you know, they're on the cusp. If you see this, you can work with them and you can get that man, you know, that you've always wanted and prayed for every day and every night. He listens to you and values your opinion.
Same shit D was talking about.
That's big right there, and that's pretty straightforward.
For sure.
But what I like, the next one is he takes responsibility for his actions. If you ever noticed a man you dating casually, and I hope I'm not giving away too much game, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you're dating a man casually, he's not going to really take much responsibility for his actions when shit gets, you know what I'm saying, when he gets caught up. And essentially, he kind of doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not committed to you in that way. You know he fucks with you, and he doesn't mean to disrespect you, but he's not going to take responsibility because, like...
You're not losing no sleep.
Yeah, he's not losing because you're not it. But you meet that one that you would... Dog, you know what? I have to add this. He doesn't care if he loses you. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
but if you meet the one like that and you know that's important, he's going to take responsibility for his actions because what? He does not want to lose you.
I wonder how a woman would be able to ascertain that whether that man values her like that, where he doesn't want to lose her.
Don't
like,
test him. Don't test him. And we're going to talk about what makes a woman
you see what I'm
valuable
saying?
later,
Yeah,
but go ahead.
Is there a way to determine?
I don't know that there's some standard test that you can use to apply to a situation, but what I would say is intuition's a motherfucker, right? And I don't think it's a man or a woman thing. What I would say is I think most human beings know when somebody, and whether it's one of your homeboys or your homegirls or a chick you're talking to, they know when a motherfucker fuck with them.
Yeah.
Or when they like, you don't really fuck with me like that. And it could be one major thing. It could be a series of things, and you start reading the tea leaves and picking the breadcrumbs up, and you like, this motherfucker don't fuck with me like that. They say the right things, but they don't really fuck with me like that. And I think everybody knows when that is. I think a lot of women, unfortunately, because of the market, they ignore it because of all the fucking options out there, or the lack thereof, I should say, of suitable men for them. So they see the signs. They see people like, girl, you ain't know. She knew. But she was
I think they know, and I think they're biding time. I think if they met something different, they'd leave and move on. But if they don't, it's like they're not going to go without. And, you know, I have female friends that they're not going to be alone just to be alone.
Well,
you know?
because we brainwash girls into thinking that they have to be in a relationship, they have to get married, and they have to have a kid
because
by 26.
Society has associated their value with being
No doubt.
super tied to a man.
While I agree with that, I do think there's a part
change
to women that really want companionship. They don't want to be alone. They do want to be with someone, and maybe marriage isn't necessarily the goal, and that's why you'll see a lot of women who don't care about being married. I've heard a lot of chicks saying, can we be together and live apart? Like, they want companionship. They want that partner.
I know some people who are like that too.
The necessary common law, normal marriage setup.
I would argue, so I don't necessarily disagree with you. I would just argue that I think that's a lot of men too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
Or
that's a
most
woman
men.
thing. Yeah,
I was about to say, do you think women value companionship more than men do?
I don't, because I can only speak from my experiences.
That's a good question.
But throughout my entire life, I enjoy. As a matter of fact, I enjoy the company of a woman.
Yeah.
I got I got 3-4 homeboys.
Yeah.
That's my people. They're my niggas, right? They're my homeboys.
Yeah.
And then I'd rather just be around women.
Yeah.
Right?
Soft legs. Too many hard legs around.
Yeah.
Just from a difference of opinion, just, you know what I'm saying? Because you get too many men together, it's a sausage fest, and niggas trying to see who compete the farthest, right? It's a bunch of head knocking. So I'm just not with that shit. You know what I mean? So
Definitely. Another sign is he has no problem apologizing and genuinely means it.
The genuine is the only
Yeah, for the man, I
differentiator in that
apologize
statement, because we've been trained to apologize for everything.
Why do you think women struggle with apologizing? Any of you?
because I think men have been, we said we socialize women, but I think a lot of stuff has been dumped on men, and men are supposed to be the bigger person when there's conflict between men and women. They're supposed to. Think about it from the most outrageous of scenarios. A woman slapping or hitting a man in the face. He's supposed to walk away at the very most, restrain her from hitting him.
Yeah.
Not hit her ass back.
Yeah.
Right. She can steal the right in your fucking jaw, bitch, and say bitch to you.
No,
when she hits you.
with the bitch too.
And I agree with that, but they should still be able to verbalize their, unapologetic vibe. Like, I never understood why women have such a difficult time, and not all women, so I don't want to generalize, but like humbling themselves. You see, we as men, we've learned to humble ourselves in the face of defeat.
You think it's like someone they're like their desire to be humble?
I don't like an apology.
It's a power dynamic to me. I think it's just this is their way of having power in the relationship. In most situations, women do not have, when you're in the relationship, have the power. The power flips. When you're dating, we have come to the conclusion that women have it easier. They own the power of selection. Therefore, the power dynamic switches to them. When we're the gatekeeper of the relationship, when we're in the relationship, the power is switched. That is their only way of kind of controlling some power. If I don't forgive you, and you know that's gonna fuck with you, then all of a sudden, like, okay, he's gonna act like this. He's gonna. You know what I'm saying?
So two things though, and you said something there. So first of all, I think what you said is partially true. I think that flips at a certain age.
Gotcha.
I think that dynamic changes completely. Right?
Even in dating.
I don't think that a woman that is 45 years old has the same leverage as a woman that's 21 years old.
Even dating.
So I think that dynamic changes at some point because let's be clear about this: a woman who has no one, who continues to age and doesn't have any interest, can't have the same level of discretion that she did when she was 21. And if she does, because women will say, "Oh, no, I can always," they'll puff their chest up. Okay, and you'll be lonely. Like that's what it is, right? Or you got to find a needle in the fucking haystack that wants to be with your old ass. So I think that happens a lot of times. I also think that when we talk about humbling ourselves and men apologizing, I just think two things. First of all, if one side humbles themselves, does the other side really need to, right? You only need one party in the conflict to humble themselves in order for the conflict.
That's actually accurate.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying both of us humbling together. I'm saying there are times when it should be me because of my transgressions, and there are times when you mess up. You should have you don't agree with that?
No, I agree with it, but I agree with it like you shouldn't enslave people, except it happened for hundreds of years in multiple countries, right?
That's
a strong one.
But my point is
I'm just saying that's a strong comparison.
My point is this, and this is the point of comparison. Shit happens all the time that shouldn't happen. It just does, and there's no rhyme or reason for it, right? So I agree with you, right? In a perfect world, women as a whole would typically take responsibility for their transgressions, and vice versa for men. That just ain't how shit happened.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that 50 years ago. It don't happen like that now. And
you think it's just it is what it is situation, or you think there's a cause to it, a reason?
Because I think men have been I don't know if program is the right word, but developed to fall for shit. I mean, a lot of times. And I don't think men care about it most of the time. I mean, we may bitch to our friends, but we'll be like, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Let's just get past the drama.
Yeah.
And so I think
serves
until
more
that
as a
changes,
tool than it does, an actual feeling at this point. Like we know we have to do it, and in doing so, we're able to move on, and that's what I'm going to use it for.
Right.
Respect.
If your man is trying to impress you, he definitely will change for you. Opens up about his feelings. I don't know how I feel about the impress shit, because you shouldn't really, have to impress someone that you want to be with. But I guess certain niggas probably move that way. So,
but you don't think to a certain. So I agree with you. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, though. You don't believe that everyone does that in the initial stages of a relationship. You want to put your best foot forward, and by virtue of that, you have to present your way in the best way possible. Why then do you want to present your way in the best way possible? Because you want to be impressive to this person who's in the process of choosing you for a relationship.
I didn't look at it that way. You're right. Like the nice fancy dates and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, impressing that way. Yeah, you're right. I guess I forgot about that angle.
I'm gonna wear this U.S. Polo Club on a date though, and you better not judge me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So they gonna call that raw shirt out immediately.
2 niggas on the horse, huh? Hurry up, Howard. You're going too slow.
So I think that a lot of the things a man wants that makes a man choose all comes down to a woman's value. Would you agree?
Say that one more time.
What a man wants, what makes a man choose you over another woman, it comes down to the woman he chose, her value, the value of the woman that he chose.
Yeah.
I agree. Completely changes from man to man, but I agree that
It
that
does.
value.
It does.
I agree.
And I do agree in many ways it does change, but I do think in some ways it does not.
Tell me how that is.
All right.
You
let's
think
talk
there's some
about it.
baseline stuff?
I do
Talk
think
to
there are
me,
a couple
talk to me.
baseline.
All right.
I think she has to care about her appearance, and that is a baseline that all men will require. You know what I mean? As far as what he
God dang, I
considers a
gotta agree
valuable
with that
woman.
one. I gotta agree with
If
that
she
one.
cares about her appearance, she's valuable. That every man would agree with that. Now,
You've
what
never
level
seen
of it
some
is-
pretty women that just do not know how to dress. They bottom of their feet dirty like they've been walking on asphalt all day.
No,
I've never
I
seen
literally
that.
have seen to Jeezy's example what he's saying. I agree with. That's why I said nothing. I've seen girls where I'm like, man, she is so pretty.
Yeah.
If she just actually cared about how she presented herself,
Mhm,
she would
did
be
her- yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I've said that, and because she didn't care, I wasn't interested in talking to her.
So it
Even
made
though-
you not care.
Even though I saw her,
It made
beauty,
you not care.
Even though I
Even though
saw her
she was
beauty,
beauty.
because I was like, she don't care how she fucking look out here in
Yeah.
these streets. I don't want none of
Dog,
that.
that's actually very true, and it's hard not to judge because it's kind of based on where you meet a chick. But I've seen chicks in the grocery store and like, man, if she wasn't wearing that, maybe I look at her differently.
Mm-hmm.
And you see other chicks in the grocery store who kind of come in looking cute. And I'm not saying they're dressed up.
No, I
right?
get
but
what
some
you're
nice
saying.
workout clothes, whatever, versus the chick that comes in looking like she a bum. You know what I mean? It's like, man, if she cared about her appearance, that I
Spaghetti
would find that
stains on her
valuable
shirt,
because
holes.
she doesn't care. The girl that I want, that I find valuable, is gonna put on a little cute, relaxed outfit, even if it is to go to the store.
You know what? You know what's interesting though? So I agree with you, and I think we're speaking for most men. But I know that there, even if it's a large minority, there are a lot of men out there because they don't take care of themselves.
Okay.
They don't prioritize
Then that
that.
would've
So
agreed
they
with
start
that.
saying shit like, "Well, I just want her to be a good person," and I want not that that's bad. I want people to be good people, but
Yeah,
they start going to that shit because they can't require her to look a certain way because they don't take care of themselves.
Or it's
know
there's
what I
I know there's dudes out there that look at a woman in that particular situation and will say, I see the potential of what it could be.
Yeah, I'm not a gold miner.
Oh, so
I'm not digging for diamonds.
Yeah.
Nah, I
and
buy my shit
women
already
do that.
clean.
Women have been known to do that, to take a nigga, get his teeth fixed, get him a wardrobe, and you for a man so often, and I found this out because my daughter has like probably the ugliest boyfriend in the world. I mean,
Nah,
and
man,
I'm
man, shout out to that
exaggerating.
young brother,
I'm
man.
exaggerating. He ain't, but he's my daughter's boyfriend, so
So
I'm
he
never
all-
gonna
Yeah, you
fucking
supposed
take
to-
that.
You
nigga.
know what?
Fuck that nigga.
We should have supported
He
him
never
on the
had a
front end of
freaking
this.
chance. Are you joking? Like,
Yeah, D.
yeah, he's a great guy. Fuck that.
Yeah, D,
You
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's disrespectful.
So,
My bad,
but
bro.
anyways, I wanted to move on to another one that I know we'll all agree on, and that's femininity. Femininity is the behavior that openly broadcasts the primary female attraction metrics to men who are looking for a high-value female mate.
I'm just thinking about it. It
The
made me say,
metrics for this are youth, beauty, fertility, fidelity, and agreeableness. So the last one, I almost shed a tear, nigga. Agreeableness. When the last time you met a hoe that's always agreeable? Always?
They're out there.
Come on, man.
They're out there.
We just
more than
talked
we
about
think.
we just talked about the ones that
But you
turn us
remember,
off because
but
they're
also
too
remember,
agreeable.
we had this conversation on the last podcast in regards to what we also attract, right?
No doubt.
So it could be what you attract as well. I know you have, those are great descriptors. Dog, femininity is just, dog, it's like the way they move.
Isn't it
It's
the most
way,
powerful weapon
it's,
they have?
It's the way they walk, it's the way they talk, it's the way they carry
Come on.
themselves, bruh. Dog, you can feel it.
Come on, D. Feel it.
You can't even name it.
You know it.
Okay, but
she
listen.
come and rub you on the back of your neck and you quiver, nigga.
Listen to me. Listen
You know
to
what
me.
I'm
So let me say the baseline here, right? There's a lot of times I disagree with y'all niggas because y'all was raised together and y'all have some similar views. And then there's sometimes I have to
It's
take the other
funny, we're
perspective.
different.
No, we're very
ways.
different.
No,
still.
yeah, but y'all are like in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
But my other part is if I just say yeah, y'all right, then this would be a quick episode.
Nah.
So peep this perspective though.
All right.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe I'm not disagreeing with you. So when we talk about femininity, so I would tell you, growing up, what I was attracted to was the pretty girl who also might hoop or run track.
Okay.
But
a
she
tomboy
was
vibe.
she was toned. She might have on some sweats and a cute little shirt. I'm a shit talker,
Yeah.
and she gonna shit talk me back.
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
not feminine.
And right. I love
But
that
you're
dynamic.
attracted
right?
to it.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I talked about the A-type personality because that girl in a group of girls is going to control them. Like
Yeah.
she gonna be the leader, right? So I I like that.
I
Right?
actually
don't
agree
want,
with you.
I don't want a girl that comes in a Daisy dress and it's like,
No,
Like,
I actually
that's
agree
not
with
me.
you, and I think where my mindset is, and this is why we have to communicate. My mind was thinking a chick who was like that, but she knows when to flip that switch. You know what I'm saying? And
I
there
got
are,
you.
there are things
there
that
are
a
some
woman
women like
has
that,
to
yeah.
handle in a feminine way, or it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Yeah,
Your man can't get his dick up in the room. You better be soft, sweet, and feminine. You get what I'm saying? Like your man comes and tells you he lost his job or shit is tough. Like you have to be feminine. You cannot be aggressive with men at times of vulnerability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, I
and I
agree.
do
No
know
disagree.
that there are a lot of women that even in those moments will make sarcastic remarks. Come on, you know, come on.
Bruh, you already know I
You know
know.
what I'm saying? So now it's like, that's what it is.
Timing,
Like, goddamn, like,
timing is always off, bruh.
always off. So
Right,
that
right.
femininity is vital, bro. And it to me, I'm very fiery, right? I go 0 to 100 when I'm ready. I like a woman that just knows how to handle me and bring me down. That's only softness can do that.
And I agree with you, dog.
You
I
know?
dated this girl. I'll call it out. I don't give a damn. I dated Chandrika, and
Oh, don't say her name.
and I'm gonna do it like that because
She was angry, bro.
I call her
She was
Ratchet
fine
Red.
though. Shout out
Ratchet
to,
Red.
Shout out if she
Okay.
listening.
Ratchet
She was
Red.
fine.
yeah, she was beautiful.
A lot of ass.
What I will say is,
Childbearing hips. I gotta finish that. I had to say.
yeah, okay, that's fair.
yeah.
That's
Nice
fair.
yellow skin. Sorry. Okay.
No,
I'm done.
okay, you feel like I felt
No,
like
I'm
you
done.
spent
No,
some
I'm done.
time on
No,
it.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Remember we went out that day.
yeah.
Oh, you hit it too?
No,
No,
I said we
re-
went out to that day. That's when I lost a little respect. That was the first notch of lost respect I had for him. She was running this nigga. She was acting up, bro,
Yeah, I
and
get it.
he
I
just
know.
kept opening his wallet.
Let me just tell you because it didn't work.
He been
like that.
accommodating since day one. I never saw it then. I never knew the term. I was in my teens, like 16, 17.
Dog,
Yeah.
this is not the point that I'm trying to make
I
today.
know, but we
okay,
had to
I
talk
feel
about
like
that.
you just turned the corner,
No, I
dog,
want you
and
to
went
work
90
past
miles
that.
per hour
You're good, though.
into the wall. Okay, what I was trying to say is, now this woman, to your point, and you called her Ratchet Red, beautiful by all optics of
Too
of
ratchet
the
though.
scale.
Yeah.
Too ratchet
Right?
for me.
But her level of masculinity
Oh, man,
attached
she was
to that.
a nigga, bro.
The truest, in the truest sense of the word.
She was harder than you.
No doubt.
Low
That's no
key.
disrespect
No,
to you.
that's
low
no
key,
disrespect
low key.
to you. She
Dog,
was harder than you.
low key.
So when I saw her,
Dog.
the way she was talking, I was like, damn, this is like a nigga. Like you
Bruh.
felt checked. You know what I'm saying?
And let me just tell you, that's how the conversation always felt. Even when she wanted to express some femininity
I can only
Her-
imagine how
and
awkward that was.
and like affection.
Yeah.
Come on over here and rub on the nigga real quick. Like
hey, this how she touched me. Hey, yeah, I know you like
that's
that.
it
I
right
know you
there.
like that.
That's it right there. That's it.
She choked you out too when she was on.
Yeah,
When
I
she was
can't-
on top.
she
I
choked
can't remember
when she
that.
was on top. Yeah,
I don't
you blacked
remember
out.
that.
That's why you blacked out. You don't remember. No memory. No recollection.
But like, so for me, like it's not tied to just how they look or whatever, dog. It is a whole vibe. I think Jessica Rabbit, when she walked through in any situation, dog,
She too
men are
fancy
just
for me.
kind of like
Too fancy.
you can feel it. She ain't saying no words. She ain't walking. She ain't talking. She ain't. You
That's
don't.
allure. That's allure.
It's
Sex appeal.
It's sex appeal, but it's
That
also
falls into femininity.
but it's also that. It's also like, damn, that is a woman. You look at her and say, that is a woman.
But don't you think that? So I would argue that sex appeal and allure and femininity aren't necessarily the same thing. They're on the same tree,
true.
right? Because I think femininity could be, because he's talking about Jessica
Branches.
Rabbit, and I get it, and I think that's a traditional sense of sex appeal and femininity. But that Hooper girl who's real pretty, but who knows when you had a tough day to rub your back and be like, baby, I love you. Y'all watch a movie, she puts her feet up, or you lay in her lap and she's stroking your head. Just because she hoop and just because she wears
Doesn't
sweats
mean
don't
she
mean she's
can't
not
do that.
feminine.
Yeah,
She just
I
may not
agree.
have the sex appeal that the Jessica Rabbit type woman has, but I don't necessarily think that she's any less feminine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Or she's just less feminine in other ways. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like there are chicks who, man, we go into an NBA game and she's gonna come in heels and you know what I mean, be all fancy versus the chick like she in some J's and she ready and she excited about the game, and you know, I just think there's different people, different personalities.
But
where
I
the
think
femininity
I
comes
still
out
think
more.
that you can exude that and still be dressed.
What if
like that too, you know?
what if that Jessica Rabbit chick doesn't cook or won't serve you in bed, or is not rubbing your back because she's too busy straightening her fucking hair, but she look bad when y'all go out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said it's
You
not.
see what I'm saying?
It's not only
That's
about
not
the looks.
femininity.
That's what I agree.
Probably
Yeah, I
more
agree.
appearance than it is
Sex appeal.
femininity.
Yeah, I agree I agree that it's not about the looks for sure.
Another thing is that makes a woman valuable is she's always trying to better herself. And I think that
I
can
love
mean
that.
in many ways, not only just her mind or education, you know what I mean, things like that. But I also want to touch on something because it ties into appearance. That means physical attributes. And I think that we've gotten the country as a whole, and I know y'all niggas want to look at me.
I'm
but
not-
I'ma
I'm not
fucking say
looking
this
at
shit
you.
I'm waiting for the
anyway.
rant.
'Cause that shit is real, dog. The country obese as fuck, and these hoes out here. You want to know why you're not getting chosen? You're not your best version of yourself. You're supposed to be 60, 40, 50, 60 pounds lighter, and you're not. And you're not your best version, but then you got standards of a nigga that you want, and he has to be at his best version. I don't want no fat nigga, but you fat.
Well, that's
So
unfair.
you gotta-
That's just
no,
simply
but
unfair,
my point
though.
is,
Like, you
there are a
can't
lot
be
of
that.
there are a lot of women like that. So if you really want to talk about it, we have to say this. If you want to be chosen, you want to know why he chose you and not the other. Are you doing the things that you say you're going to do? Are you saying, no, I'm going to be disciplined in this way? Because being in shape is just about discipline. That shit is attractive.
No, it is.
I talk to chicks and I hear them say many times they are so attracted to a man that is disciplined that no matter what, he's going to do what he needs to do and he will not allow them to derail him. If he has to work out, if he has to work to do, run an errand, and she says, come over here, let me suck you off, and he like, that, keep that mouth ready for me later. That makes him more desirable. Why would us as men not find that desirable?
No, I agree.
Why would we not find discipline desirable? No.
Discipline, determination, drive, those things are mad attractive to me. Like, there's just something about it. Like, being able to set a goal, set a dream together, and help encourage each other to reach the pinnacle of that aspiration. That shit hot.
Listen, I think this is such a subjective perspective
It
because
is.
appearance and what that means, right? When you're talking, here's the thing: there are men who don't necessarily care if their wife has an extra 40, 50 pounds,
Yeah.
but they care about if she's pretty in the face, or they may not necessarily care about how she looks appearance-wise because they're not that tight appearance-wise. They want a woman who's going to take care of them, who's going to be reliable, who's going to be a sounding board for them when they're going through things, and they prioritize looks as the number 3 or 4 thing on that list, and their appearance. So there are women in relationships right now that are 40, 50, 60 pounds overweight, and their husband doesn't complain to them. He doesn't complain to his friends.
I agree.
And there are women that are 20 pounds overweight, 25 pounds overweight, and then niggas at work like, man, my woman getting fat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the different cultures, that 25 pounds is probably a different culture than the black culture. But the bottom line is that
You're
that
right.
happens
It
a
is.
lot.
It is subjective. It really depends on the situation, case by case. But I do think you have to strive to be the best version of yourself, and that is mentally, physically, emotionally, and what have you. You know what I mean? Spiritually and all that. All right. So another thing that makes a woman high valued is she embraces her sexuality. And I mean, I don't even know how we could disagree with that. A woman that is a freak in the bed, that's confident and like, she's just a whore for you. You value that.
You said something. So I don't disagree that that's what men find attractive.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I think the vast majority of women are not confident in the bedroom. Contrary,
Oh, yeah.
listen, you know what's so interesting as you grow, and we've talked about this, as you like when I was a young man, when I'm 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
I swear to you, I thought women, even women my age, I thought they had this shit figured out.
Yeah, and they were judging you and like-
we were, and niggas, me and my friend was just trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I got in like my late 20s, early 30s where I was like, these bitches don't know any more than I do.
Oh yeah.
They don't know they don't have this shit figured
They're
out.
nervous and insecure oftentimes.
And they're
as well.
getting played by other niggas. Like they're
Yeah.
going through the same shit. So
It's true.
So that's what I realized is I think I think men and women need to take each other off of pedestals. I think men and women need to be more honest, right? I've gotten flack in relationships because I am maybe sometimes a bit too blunt, right? Or short. But I think I communicate in a way that I like to be communicated with. Yeah. I never want nobody blowing smoke up my ass. I don't want you around me if you don't really fuck with me and you don't like me. Just be honest and keep it real. So that way everybody knows that when they're in the space and they're interacting with people, all those people are genuinely there because they fuck with them.
Yeah.
And so everybody don't like the truth. You know what I mean? The truth hurts sometimes, especially when you know the truth is real to yourself and somebody's putting that shit on a plate for you to see out in public. That shit is hurtful. But what I think a lot of people have to do more of is not take that so personally, but take that as an impetus for you to do something about it, right? Either leave that motherfucker, right? Or change what you don't like about yourself.
Yeah.
But the right choice isn't to stand pat on doing nothing. right? And continue to be mad when people call your ability or willingness to do nothing out. You know what I mean? So,
But yeah, I like going back to the point around, sexuality. I think we all know sex is mad important in every relationship. And I think it's so important for men because the more sex we have and we're secreting this bonding agent, because that's exactly what we do. And that's why the more sex we have, the more likely we'll be, we tend to connect with this person. This is how we connect, right? And so therefore it is very important to us. So I understand why that would be a deciding factor of whether we want to be with someone.
Definitely.
I just think that, they may not need to be that super freak in the bed and or this and that. I think everyone has their different sexual things.
Yeah.
Because a girl could be super freak in the bed and may not like to be choked.
Oh, sexual
you know what I'm saying? So then, and that's not going to work for you, right?
Thing.
So you got to.
Huge.
I need a girl who's down with learning agility in the bedroom. One that takes note to different sounds
but that's just it though. You don't want that. You want a woman in a way that's adaptable, but what you ultimately want is to have shared likes and dislikes. Because when you don't, then it becomes something that you're dealing with in order to get it all. Like you mentioned choking. Long term, it wouldn't work with a chick who doesn't like to be choked because she's gonna let me do it here and there, but if she doesn't like it, it's not gonna be very enjoyable long term. You know what I'm
there's
saying?
a lot of chicks that I dealt with didn't love fucking anal.
Oh, I know.
And at the end of the day, you spend some time in it, and if they care about you and they love you, and then you figure it all out with them, guess what, man? They turn into big anal freaks. They be out there like, hey, so what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little bit of that. It's a little bit of that.
I wouldn't know. That's just what Gent told me.
No, but I did not tell you
so
that.
well.
So, but that's the point that I'm making. Like, I get what you're saying, but in the same breath, like some people don't even know what they don't know.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I say that adaptability comes in open-mindedness. But I do think everyone has their limit where like, nah, I can't cross over. Because if I met a chick that said she had to have her toes sucked regularly.
What happened if she? Let me ask you a question. What happened if she?
Ain't no goddamn question.
Okay, I just was
ain't no
saying.
questions.
No possibility.
That's not happening.
I can't do it, bro.
But
I can't suck toes regularly.
What happened if she has like
I'm not sucking
gorgeous
toes unregularly.
feet? I'm talking about gorgeous.
I don't know what they look like. I can close my eyes and suck them. I still have a fucking problem with it. It's not.
When did this shit become like coolest?
I'm not out here popping digits in my
I've been
mouth,
watching
but I'm
porn
just saying.
since the late '90s, and I don't ever remember niggas been like, "Hey man, you seen that bad feet though?"
Nah, the foot.
You saw the transition though. It was never there. Let me just say it was never there, and then all the foot jacking started appearing.
Foot jobs.
Foot jobs started appearing and shit.
So
and then now all of a sudden people on OnlyFans paying to watch people eat.
People walk on the ground in
chicks'
sweaty
feet.
shoes and socks with their feet all day. That shit.
Even
I don't
if you
understand
take a
what's
shower,
so sexy about it.
There's
Like,
just no way you're getting it right. Like
I don't love
Did you
it.
fly to the bed?
No.
'Cause if you walk,
She had a levitate over there.
that's crazy. man.
She David blamed her ass to the bed.
I appreciate a woman whose feet look nice,
Yeah.
but I don't look at them and go, I want to put them motherfuckers in my mouth. Like
All
what?
the digits. And listen, I'm not with it either. If a girl say, "Hey, would you do it?" I'd be like, "All right, man. You know,
I've watched you do it.
I
Don't
think
do
you've
that.
done it. I
I've
think you've
watched
done
you
it
do
double-digit times.
Yeah. And the
No, I haven't done it
and-
double
and-
digit.
Long thought
and
on the
she
nose.
didn't
No,
have
because
to
I had
convince
to-
you or push you hard to
Dog,
do
you
it.
know why? Because number one, I want people that are gonna go the extra mile for me. So I'm gonna
Why'd
make
you
sure
have
I
to do
show
it in front of so many people?
Oh, you talking about that? I was young, chunk. I didn't know.
How old was he?
Probably 16, 17, probably 17.
In the back of a minivan.
Yeah, back of a
You was there?
minivan.
You was there?
Yeah. and
Yeah,
he
it was
sucked
in front of like
sucked the toes
7,
in
8
front of
Your
people.
of-
big,
of-
brother did it in front of you?
Dog, he lost so much respect for me that day.
What?
I'm telling you, he been losing.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel when it happened? Were you like, man?
I was disgusted. Dog D, you know me. So when he was doing it, before he could get in there, I was stopping. Robbie, come on. Don't. Like I tried. You know what I'm saying? You can't save everybody.
But let me just say, and the worst part is, yeah, like to be honest with you, she was wearing sandals that day, and she been out
And
all
she
day.
hadn't tasted. Dog, there's no fucking way her feet didn't taste like
No.
like floor.
I'm saying it was a bad decision, but let me just tell you. I tell you one thing. I hate fucking being dared at anything. You know how it is. It came off as a dare
I'll
though.
take it.
It was not no
I'll
like
take
girl
that
give me.
dare and say kiss my ass and walk away. But you won't give me the suck toes.
Put your feet right there. I'm gonna bust
All
right
right,
on.
but this last one here, she doesn't make herself the victim. Some women don't want to take control of their own life, and they make changes because being in victim mentality gets them attention, and I think this is a huge red flag.
Yeah,
I think
that's
lot
a
of
toxic.
I've dealt with this before in my
behavior.
past, where it's you want to be the victim. I think girls are kind of, I don't know, it just feels like a more natural characteristic for them, but I'm sure there are men like this.
Most
as well.
narcissists are like that.
They
play victim
I
roles.
hate that victim role shit. So
Yeah.
that definitely wouldn't make you a valuable person, much less a valuable woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
that's it.
Respect. Hey, quick shout out to all our socials at Brunch with Boys, Instagram with a Z. Check all of the YouTube presence. You got the Instagram, you got the Twitter out there. At I think it's boys_brunch, as well as we on TikTok pretty heavy out there, man. So check us out over there.
I want to do a
as well.
TikTok.
Do it.
You keep saying it.
I
but
want
you-
to dance. How you
no, you don't
Hey.
have. No one's dancing. We don't gotta dance, man. We got so much personality, man. We could take this place by storm.
I want to say something real quick before we go. Like, men and women, we want the same thing.
Okay.
But you want your bitch skinny though.
I'm off that shit. You stupid. I like them thick, actually. So you're wrong.
I want a long hair, thick red bone.
Hey, but
Open
men
up
and women
the
really
leaves.
want the same thing. I think it's set up for us to approach things differently. We want to lead with sex to connect. A woman wants to lead with emotions. But I always find it interesting that after a man busts a nut, that's when you get him to be the most talkative. They talk about pillow talk and things of that nature. That's when a man opens up. I think if you give him the pussy, he will give you the emotion. You know, I'm serious. And and the same with men. If what makes a man desirable, looks and all that shit matters, stability, etc. But why she really loves him, why she really wants him, is he handles her emotions. He knows how to handle her emotions, and she likes the way he handles her emotions. That's a major factor. Would you argue?
I'm gonna argue that first point though. I don't think you have to give a man.
No, I
your
wasn't
fucking
saying
vagina.
that giving
I
him.
swear to
off
God, you
rip.
just said that.
No. I'm not. I did say give him the pussy, and I ain't saying just giving it to him off rip and just hope for the best type shit.
So what? So what's the reward for her giving him the pussy? Say you.
Well, and again, why again women and men don't need to lead that way? It would all go badly because we just be fucking and it never go anywhere. Use your own discernment as to when you give it to him. I'm saying, and I should have verbalized this better. I'm saying being more understanding to the fact that he leads with sex before he leads with emotion.
But I don't agree with that, man. I think that's your perspective. I think that in not leading with sex doesn't mean you're not trying to fuck, but I don't lead with sex.
A lot of people.
I don't.
I think
Yeah.
it really just depends on the type of like. If you're with a sapiosexual, they're not going to lead with sex. They're going intellectual conversation is going to stimulate in the contours of their inner thigh.
Yeah, you're not
way quicker
understanding
than
me, man.
anything.
I'm not verbalizing because it's not about leading with sex. If I get to know, you know how we do. Like we get to know someone. Like that part matters. But we also tend to fuck quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not waiting. We're not using discernment and like a woman would and say, no, not yet, not yet. Like we're gonna take that pussy when it comes. We're even though we care about the other shit, the goal, if not subconsciously, is to hit. And you're always going for the pussy.
I think at
one
some
way or
point-
another.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think,
But-
I don't
I hear
listen.
you.
I don't agree. I think, and maybe I'm in an atypical situation because throughout my life I've regularly left pussy on the table.
I know that
So,
too, but
so then that doesn't go with your point. Your point, based on your perspective that you're trying to get across, I would not leave pussy on
For
the
a
table.
chick that you want to be with, you would not fuck her?
At some point, just like at some point, a baby will fucking walk.
No, but that's my point. The
is,
pussy we leaving on the table is pussy that we don't really want. There's a reason we leaving it on the table.
I don't
It's
necessarily.
for some reason or another we don't want. We don't want to deal with the whole package.
I don't necessarily think so,
Okay.
man. I disagree
Okay.
with you.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's fine.
We're not gonna get to the crux of that today.
Yeah, but that might have to be a topic on its own.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I mean, we
You know
got
how
to
we do.
We got to
Shit.
sign off on
I'm
that.
glad I
but-
said that, nigga, because we gonna talk about that shit.
Yeah, like that poll we took.
Didn't I win?
No, you didn't win. It wasn't 50-50.
What was it?
It was more like a 30%.
To 70?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hoes, they was on his side. That's because these hoes lying. Everybody trying to save face and make it seem like they good girls, dog.
Right. You know what's crazy?
No, they
When I- when we-
savages,
Listen,
bro.
when we
You
made
know
that
it.
bet, I said when I win, he gonna be like, this girl's bullshit.
No. But
Don't
even
hey,
when
run it back.
even when I